Hello, my friend. Welcome to SonicSage English. My name is Julia, and today I want you to think about something very simple. What do you say in the first 5 seconds of meeting someone new? 5 seconds may seem short, but they can shape the way people see you. Do they feel your warmth? Do they sense your friendliness? Or do they walk away without remembering you at all? In this lesson, you and I are going to practice natural English greetings, not the stiff textbook greetings you may have learned, but real greetings that native speakers use every single day. They are short, they are simple, and they can completely change the way your conversations begin. Stay with me until the end, because we will not only learn the phrases, we will also practice them together in real-life situations. Greeting a close friend, greeting a stranger at a cafe, greeting a colleague you have not seen in a long time. So take a deep breath. Let's step into the world of natural greetings. Imagine you see someone you know. You give them a small smile and say softly, "Hey there." It feels warm but not too strong. It works with friends. It works with people you don't know very well. It is casual yet kind. Say it with me. Hey there. Now picture the early hours of the day. You walk into your kitchen, your school, or your office. Instead of the long and formal good morning, you simply say, morning. It is like handing someone a little ray of sunshine. Your voice should fall gently at the end. Morning. It is short, easy, and full of light. You meet a friend and you want to be casual. You smile and say, "What's up?" The rhythm goes up at the end, almost like you're singing. What's up? The common answer is just as short. Not much. This small exchange is like a friendly handshake made of words. Let's try it together. What's up? Not much. Natural, easy, smooth. Now imagine you suddenly meet someone you haven't seen in years. Your eyes light up, your face breaks into a smile, and the words come out almost by themselves. Long time no see. It's simple, but it carries happiness. It tells the person you are glad to reconnect. Say it out loud with me. Long time no see. Sometimes you meet a friend and they don't look okay. Maybe they are tired. Maybe they seem worried. Instead of a heavy question, you use a quick, caring phrase. You look at them and ask, "You good?" Two small words, but they carry kindness. You are telling them, "I am here. I care." Say it softly. You good? Now let's practice with 3 real situations. You walk out of your house and see your best friend across the street. You wave your hand and say with a smile, "Hey, what's up?" Your friend answers, "Not much." That is it. Short, natural, connected. You step into a cafe and the barista looks at you. Instead of staying silent, you nod and say, "Morning." The moment feels warm. The service begins with kindness. You walk into your office and suddenly see a coworker you have not spoken to for months. You stop in surprise, laugh a little, and say, "Long time no see." The connection is back instantly. Pay attention to the sound of your voice. With morning, the sound should go down gently, calm, and smooth. With what's up, let your tone rise to show interest and energy. With hey there, keep it soft, almost like a quiet smile. With long time no see, stretch the words just a little to show joy. And with you good, let your voice fall slightly to sound warm and caring. These small details are what make you sound natural. These are the details that make people feel comfortable with you. Let's take a moment to review. You have just learned 5 simple greetings that will transform your conversations. Hey there. Morning. What's up? Not much. Long time no see. You good? They are short, they are friendly, they are easy to remember, but more importantly, they are real. This is how English speakers actually greet each other every day. So here's your challenge. Choose one or two of these greetings today. Don't wait. Use them. Say them to your family, say them to your colleagues, say them to your classmates. Notice how people react. Notice how their faces change. Every time you use one of these greetings, you are not just speaking English. You are building trust. You are building confidence. And you are making yourself sound more natural, more human, more connected. But the greeting is only the beginning. After you say hello, the conversation has to continue. So, what do you say next? How do you keep the spark alive after the first 5 seconds? The answer is small talk. And the easiest small talk topic in the world is the weather. That is exactly what we will learn in Chapter 2. Simple, natural ways to talk about the weather. The kind of sentences that make people smile and open up. So keep practicing. Record yourself. Say the words out loud. Get comfortable with them. You already know how to greet someone warmly. But after that first hello, there's often a pause. Silence. And silence can feel uncomfortable. That is where small talk comes in. One simple sentence can break the silence. One quick comment can create a bridge. And the easiest topic for this kind of bridge is the weather. Why the weather? Because everyone experiences it. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, old or young, a student or a CEO. We all wake up under the same sky. So when you mention the weather, you are choosing a safe, easy topic that anyone can respond to. Let's practice together. Imagine you are standing next to someone at a bus stop. The sun is shining, the sky is blue. You smile and say, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" Listen to the rhythm. Your voice goes up slightly at the end, like you are inviting agreement. "Nice weather today, isn't it?" The other person smiles and says, "Yes, it really is." Now you have broken the silence. The door to conversation is open, but weather is not always nice. Sometimes it is extreme, and you can use that to connect too. Imagine stepping outside on a freezing winter day or a burning hot summer afternoon. You shake your head, look at the person next to you, and say, "It's brutal out there." Brutal means harsh, difficult, almost like the weather is attacking you. By saying this, you are inviting the other person to share the moment. They nod and reply, "Tell me about it." Now you are no longer two strangers. You are two people surviving the same difficult day. There are times when bad weather feels good. Maybe it has been dry for weeks. The grass has turned yellow, the trees look thirsty, and finally, it rains. You look out the window with relief and say, "We needed this rain." This sentence is not only about weather, it's about gratitude. You are saying, "Nature needed this. We needed this." And the person next to you agrees. "Yes, we really did." It is a moment of shared positivity. Not all weather is clear. Sometimes the sky is heavy with clouds, but a ray of light begins to break through. You point it out and say, "Sun's trying to come out." This is a beautiful image. It makes the sun sound alive, as if it's working hard to push past the clouds. When you say this, people often smile and look up at the sky with you. You have shared not only words, but also a hopeful feeling. Now let's talk about how to use weather when saying goodbye. Instead of ending a conversation with a flat goodbye, you can make it warmer with the weather phrase. On a hot day when you leave a friend or a shopkeeper, you can smile and say, "Stay cool today." This shows you care about their comfort. It's short, friendly, and thoughtful. On a rainy day or a snowy day when roads are slippery, you can say, "Drive safe out there." Again, it's not just a goodbye, it's a message of care. It tells the other person, "I want you to be safe." And that makes the conversation more personal, more human. Let's put this into practice with two short scenes. Scene 1, the elevator. You walk into the elevator and stand next to someone you don't know. The ride will take about 15 seconds. You look out through the glass wall. The sun is bright. You smile and say, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" The person nods. "Yes, it's beautiful." The elevator arrives. You both step out. That was it. 15 seconds. But you turn silence into connection. Scene 2, the waiting line. You are waiting to pay at the supermarket. It's raining outside and everyone is a little wet. You glance at the person in front of you and say, "We needed this rain." They laugh and reply, "Yes, the garden will be happy." The line moves forward. You have shared 20 seconds of conversation, but it feels friendly and warm. Notice something important here. These weather sentences are not about weather alone. They are about emotions. They carry feelings of happiness, frustration, gratitude, or care. That's why they work so well. But small talk doesn't just stop with the weather. Often, after you mention the weather, the other person will ask you, "How are you?" This is natural. It is the next step in conversation. And that is where many English learners fall back into the old habit of saying, "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" There is nothing wrong with that answer. It is correct. But it is not how native speakers usually talk. In our next step, we are going to explore fresh, natural answers to "How are you?" Answers that show personality, honesty, and warmth. For now, practice the weather phrases. Say them out loud with me one more time. "Nice weather today, isn't it? It's brutal out there. We needed this rain. Sun's trying to come out. Stay cool today. Drive safe out there." These are your keys to open silence. They are your bridge to the next part of the conversation. After you've broken the silence with small talk, it almost always happens. The other person smiles, looks at you, and asks, "How are you?" This question seems simple, but it's where many English learners fall into a trap. The textbook answer, "I'm fine, thank you, and you?" is polite, but it sounds stiff. It doesn't show personality. It doesn't reflect how you really feel. Native speakers rarely say it. So today, let's build 10 natural, colorful answers you can use instead. They are short, they are real, and they make your English sound alive. Say the first one with me. "Pretty good, thanks." This is probably the most common, most natural answer. Not too excited, not too flat. It's like a gentle smile in words. Imagine someone asks you on a normal day. You shrug lightly, smile, and say, "Pretty good, thanks." The thanks is important. It shows warmth and appreciation. Next, "Can't complain." This is humble and positive. You're saying, "My life is good enough that I have nothing bad to talk about." It's like a quiet way of saying, "Things are fine." Say it with a small smile. "Can't complain." This little phrase makes you sound content and easygoing. Now for something playful, "Not too shabby." Shabby means old, worn out, not in great condition. So when you say, "Not too shabby," you are jokingly saying, "Actually, pretty good." It's light, humorous, and often makes people smile. Picture a friend asking, "How's your new job?" You grin and say, "Not too shabby." But what if life isn't so easy right now? You don't want to lie, but you also don't want to sound negative. That's when you can say, "Hanging in there." It means you're managing. You're surviving a tough time, but you're okay. It's honest without being heavy. Someone asks, "How are you?" You sigh softly but smile, "Hanging in there." This invites empathy without turning the chat into therapy. Another phrase is sarcastic, often used with a tired laugh. "Living the dream." The words sound perfect, but the tone makes it funny. Imagine you're buried in paperwork at the office. A coworker asks, "How are you doing?" You grin ironically and say, "Oh, living the dream." It's a way to share the struggle and laugh at it at the same time. Now, something resilient, rolling with the punches. This comes from boxing. A fighter moves with the punches instead of resisting them. In life, it means you're handling challenges as they come. Strong, flexible, optimistic. Say it with a steady tone. Rolling with the punches. It tells people, yes, life is throwing challenges, but I can handle it. When things are going smoothly, but you're still cautious, say, "So far, so good." This is useful when you're in the middle of a project or a busy week. It means up to this moment, everything is fine. It's hopeful but realistic. Picture a friend asking, "How's the new class?" You answer, "So far, so good." If today feels brighter than yesterday, try better than yesterday. It's hopeful and a little mysterious. The listener might ask, "Oh, what happened yesterday?" So this answer can open the door to a deeper conversation. But even if you don't explain, it's still positive. Better than yesterday. Sometimes life is steady but not exciting. That's when you can say, "Plugging along." Picture a little engine working slowly but surely. You're making progress step by step. Not amazing, not terrible, just steady. Say it with a nod, "Plugging along." And finally, a playful, casual phrase, "All good in the hood." Hood here is slang for neighborhood, but in this phrase, it just means in my world. It's lighthearted, modern, and fun. Imagine a friend asks, "How are you?" You throw them a grin. All good in the hood. It's relaxed, cheerful, and makes you sound friendly. Now let's put this into practice. Take out your phone, open your voice recorder, and give yourself a 30-second challenge. Describe your day using at least 3 of these phrases. For example, "Pretty good, thanks. The morning was busy, but I'm rolling with the punches. Honestly, better than yesterday." This is short, natural, and it feels real. Remember, you don't need to memorize all 10 at once. Pick 2 or 3 that feel natural to you. Practice them out loud. Use them this week when someone asks, "How are you?" Feel how much more alive and genuine your English becomes. And when you give these kinds of answers, sometimes the person will nod and agree with you. They might say, "Exactly," or "Totally." So now we need to learn how to agree with people in many different ways, not just with "yes." That's our next step. When you answer, "How are you?" with more color, the other person feels invited to share more. They might tell you about their day, their opinion, or their experience. And in conversation, when someone shares, you need to respond. If you only say yes, yes, yes all the time, it sounds flat. It doesn't build rhythm. It doesn't show connection. So let's learn how to agree in different shades, from strong to soft, from casual to thoughtful. Think of it like turning a volume knob. Sometimes you want high energy. Sometimes you want something calmer. Start with exactly. This is a powerful agreement. When someone says something that feels completely true, you nod firmly and say, exactly. It tells them, what you just said is perfect, 100% correct. Say it once with me, exactly. Short, sharp, confident. Now let's turn the energy up. Totally. This one is more casual, more friendly, and full of enthusiasm. Imagine a friend says, "This coffee is amazing." You laugh and reply, "Totally." It's like saying, "I completely agree and I feel the excitement with you." Your tone rises, your face brightens. It's warm agreement. Now, even stronger. 100%. This is agreement with numbers. It's clear, modern, and leaves no doubt. Picture a coworker saying, "We need to finish this today." You nod and answer, 100%. It's fast, confident, and works well in both casual and professional situations. But sometimes you want to show deep respect. That's when you use couldn't agree more. It means it's impossible for me to agree with you more than I already do. It sounds polite, thoughtful, and very strong. Say it slowly. Couldn't agree more. It's like giving their opinion the highest compliment. Agreement can also be intimate, like sharing one brain. That's what I was thinking. This doesn't just say you agree, it says you had the same thought yourself. It makes the other person feel connected to you, like your minds are in sync. Even more visual. You took the words right out of my mouth. Imagine you were about to say something, but the other person said it first. It feels like they literally stole the words from you. This phrase is playful, flattering, and full of positive energy. It makes the other person feel clever and connected. Now let's shift to softer, lighter agreement. Fair enough. This is neutral, calm, and balanced. You're saying, what you said makes sense, I accept it. Not too excited, not too strong, just fair. Use it when you want to keep the conversation respectful. Next, sounds about right. This is relaxed, almost casual. Confirmation. It means, yes, that seems correct. You're not jumping with excitement, but you're affirming the point. For example, someone says, the meeting's at 3. You shrug lightly. Sounds about right. Agreement can also feel like teamwork. I'm with you on that. This means not only do I agree, but I stand beside you. It's supportive, collaborative, and inclusive. It tells the other person, you're not alone in this opinion. I've got your back. Finally, a fun one. Ditto. This is short, old-fashioned, but very charming. It simply means the same for me. If a friend says, I'm exhausted, you can laugh and say, ditto. It's quick, playful, and lighthearted. Now let's practice with a partner-style exercise. Imagine one person gives an opinion and the other responds with 3 levels of agreement: strong, medium, light. Example 1. Person A. This pizza is the best I've ever had. Person B. Strong. 100%. Person B. Medium. Totally. Person B. Light. Sounds about right. Example 2. Person A. That movie was way too long. Person B. Strong. Exactly. Person B. Medium. That's what I was thinking. Person B. Light. Fair enough. Example 3. Person A. I think we should take a break. Person B. Strong. Couldn't agree more. Person B. Medium. I'm with you on that. Person B. Light. Ditto. Do you see how changing the phrase changes the mood? Agreement isn't just about saying yes. It's about choosing the right level of energy, the right flavor for the moment. It shows you're listening. It makes your conversation flow with rhythm, like music. But here's the truth. You won't always agree. Sometimes you'll feel differently. Sometimes you'll need to say no. but without breaking the relationship. And that's when you need the skill of disagreeing softly, kindly, and intelligently. You won't always agree. The goal is to share a different view without cooling the room. Think of disagreement as a gentle bridge, not a brick wall. Use this three-step move. Step 1, acknowledge. Step 2, pivot with however or but. Step 3, your point. Simple, concrete, and calm. Say less, mean more, and let your tone do half the work. Listen to how this sounds in real life. I see your point, but I'm worried about the timeline. Notice the warmth in the first half. You validate, then you carefully turn the wheel. Keep your voice low and steady before the word but. Give it a soft pause. Then land your idea in one clear sentence. Sometimes you are truly split inside. I'm torn. This tells the other person you're thinking, not attacking. I'm torn. I like the concept, but I'm not sure it fits this audience. Short, honest, respectful. When a correction is tiny, don't bring a hammer. Not quite. It's almost right, but not exactly. Not quite. It actually launches next Tuesday, not Monday. You fix the detail without bruising the ego. When you want to be diplomatic but firm, widen the lens. I'd look at it a bit differently. That soft phrase buys you permission to offer your frame. I'd look at it a bit differently. If we start with a story, the stats will hit harder. No accusation, just an alternative path. Deep empathy first, then your boundary. I get where you're coming from. However, say the first sentence like you mean it, slow, warm, eye contact. Then a gentle however, and your point. I get where you're coming from. However, our budget can't stretch that far this quarter. There are moments when you accept their logic, yet keep space for another angle. That's one way to see it. Let it sit for half a beat, then add your view. That's one way to see it. Another way is to test the idea with a small pilot first. If you haven't decided, say so with balance. I'm on the fence. It's honest and lowers the temperature. I'm on the fence. I need a bit more data before I vote. Pair it with a next step to show good faith. Doubt can be soft, not sharp. I'm not so sure. Let your tone fall, not rise. I'm not so sure the tone of that ad matches our brand voice. Offer one reason, not 5. When you want to affirm possibility but introduce a key fact, try this. Could be, but here's the thing. It feels collaborative, not combative. Could be, but here's the thing. Our users open emails at night, so mornings might underperform. You add light, not heat. And when the merry-go-round keeps spinning, protect the relationship. Let's agree to disagree. Say it with a calm smile, then move to a neutral topic or a clear next step. Let's agree to disagree and check both versions in a quick A/B test. Now practice the 3-step drill out loud. Acknowledge, pivot, point. Keep each part to one sentence. That constraint keeps you kind and clear. Try these mini scenarios. A teammate says, we should double the video length. Longer is better. You respond, I see your point, but most viewers drop after the first minute. What if we front-load the value and keep it tight? A friend insists, that cafe is way too noisy for studying. You respond, that's one way to see it. However, the back room is quiet after lunch. We could try a 2-hour window and see. A client says, let's use bright red for everything. You respond, I get where you're coming from. Red grabs attention. Not quite for our brand, though. Our palette tops out at coral. Could be, but here's the thing. Accessibility scores drop with that contrast. Tone and pacing matter as much as words. Lower your volume on the acknowledge line. Pause a breath before however or but. Deliver your point in a steady, downward tone. If you rise at the end, it sounds like you're unsure. If you punch the but, it sounds combative, smooth. Then turn. Give your face a job too. Soft eyes during the acknowledge. Neutral mouth on the pivot. Small, confident nod on your point. Bodies speak louder than grammar. Let's add a partner drill with 3 heat levels: strong, medium, light. Topic: the deadline is unrealistic. Strong. Couldn't agree more on ambition, but the timeline risks quality. Let's shift by 48 hours. Medium. I'm not so sure we can hit that without trade-offs. Could we narrow scope A or B? Light. I'm on the fence. If we get 2 extra hands, it might work. Topic: we should slash the introduction and jump into results. Strong. Exactly. Attention is fragile. Let's open with the outcome. Medium. Sounds about right. Maybe keep 1 sentence of context. Light. Fair enough. I'd look at it a bit differently and keep a hook line for setup. Topic: team meetings should move to Mondays. Strong. 100%. Decision energy is highest then. Medium. I'm with you on that, as long as we keep them under 20 minutes. Light. Ditto on the goal. I'm torn between Monday and Tuesday for time zone overlap. Email and text need the same skill, but the edges show more. Use the softeners on paper. I see your point, but I have a concern about timing. Could we explore a slimmer version first? Thank you for laying out the pros. I'm on the fence until we see last quarter's metrics. These lines protect tone where your face can't help you. Sometimes a single word is enough to cool or warm the message. Replace but with and when it keeps momentum. I see your point, and I'm worried about the timeline. Hear the difference, and stacks ideas, but collides them. Use but when you truly need contrast. Use and when you want to build. Set boundaries without burning bridges. If a debate goes in circles, offer a process, not a protest. Let's agree to disagree and run both scripts with a small audience. Data ends arguments kindly. Now a timed micro-practice. 15 seconds. Acknowledge. Pivot. Point. Go. I get where you're coming from. However, our learners prefer shorter clips. Let's cap at 60 seconds. Again. I see your point, but the headline feels too technical. Could we simplify the verb? Again. Could be, but here's the thing. Weekend views drop 30%. Let's schedule midweek. Record yourself and listen for 3 things. Warmth first, breath before the turn, clean landing. When disagreement reveals a real gap, invite collaboration instead of competition. Name the shared goal, then ask for help to reach it. We both want this lesson to feel natural. I'm torn about the pacing. Would you help me test 2 openings? That small shift from winning to solving changes everything. If emotions rise, take the temperature down with the timeout phrase. Fair enough. Let me sleep on it and circle back in the morning. You protect the relationship while keeping the work moving. Keep the toolkit visible as you speak. I see your point, but I'm torn. Not quite. I'd look at it a bit differently. I get where you're coming from. However, that's one way to see it. I'm on the fence. I'm not so sure. Could be. But here's the thing. Let's agree to disagree. Say each line once with breath and calm. Your voice is the instrument. These phrases are the notes. And when you still need alignment, don't carry the weight alone. Ask for a hand. Invite expertise. Borrow a brain for a second and turn tension into teamwork. When disagreement is handled softly, The next natural step is knowing how to reach out for help without sounding weak or demanding. In English, asking for help is not about lowering yourself. It's about showing respect, clarity, and friendliness. The more polite and natural you sound, the more likely people are to say yes. Start simple and practical. Could you give me a hand? This phrase is timeless. You can use it at work when moving chairs, at home when lifting boxes, or in class when sharing materials. Your tone matters. Say it warmly, like you're inviting teamwork. When you want to be softer, try, "Would you mind helping me out?" This puts the control in their hands. It shows respect for their time. Imagine you're in an office and your computer freezes. You turn to your colleague. "Would you mind helping me out?" It feels polite, balanced, and professional. Sometimes the situation is bigger than you, and you need backup. That's when you can say, "I could use some backup here." This works when things are urgent or overwhelming. Picture a group project where tasks pile up. You raise your hand. "I could use some backup here." It signals that you're not helpless. You're still leading, but you need support. If the help is small and quick, keep it short. "Got a minute?" This is a door opener. It doesn't explain the problem yet. It just asks if now is a good time. Respectful, fast, and often the best first step. When they nod, you continue with your request, or use humor and brevity. "Little help?" This one is casual and light, perfect for friends and family. You're carrying heavy groceries, and your brother is on the couch. You call out, "Little help?" It's quick, playful, and still effective. Sometimes you need brain power, not muscle. "Can I borrow your brain for a sec?" This phrase is clever and friendly. It makes your request sound fun. Imagine you're stuck writing an email. You turn to your coworker. "Can I borrow your brain for a sec?" It feels less like a demand and more like teamwork. For expertise, you can go deeper. "Mind if I pick your expertise?" This shows respect for their skill. Use it when talking to someone with knowledge you don't have. For example, "Mind if I pick your expertise on this software? I'm trying to understand the setup." It flatters them while asking for help. And when you are blocked, honesty works best. "I'm stuck. Any ideas?" It's short, real, and opens the door for collaboration. You don't just want answers, you're inviting brainstorming. That makes people feel valued. When you're new to a task, ask for guidance. "Could you show me the ropes?" This is a friendly metaphor. It means, show me how this works, step by step. Perfect for a new job, a new tool, or a new environment. And always remember gratitude. "I'd owe you one." This phrase is informal, but powerful. It tells the other person, "If you help me, I'll return the favor." It makes help feel like partnership, not one-way giving. Let's practice these phrases in real settings. At work, you're preparing a report, but Excel formulas confuse you. You lean toward a colleague. "Would you mind helping me out? I'm stuck on this formula." They smile, show you quickly, and you finish the job. In class, you don't understand part of a lecture. You whisper to the student next to you, "Could you give me a hand? I missed that last example." Now you're caught up and they feel helpful. At home, you're cooking and the pot is too heavy. You call to your sister, "Little help?" She laughs, helps you lift, and you both smile. In a group project, the deadline is near and tasks are too many. You say, "I could use some backup here. Can someone handle the charts?" People step up because you asked clearly. When you make requests, match the phrase to the setting. At work, softer and respectful. Would you mind helping me out? With friends, casual and playful. Little help? With experts, respectful and flattering. Mind if I pick your expertise? With urgent problems. I could use some backup here. Now, a quick drill. Choose a situation, work, school, or home. Step 1. Name your problem in one short sentence. Step 2. Choose one of the 10 help phrases. Step 3. Add a smile, a pause, and then your request. For example, problem. The printer is jammed. Phrase. Got a minute? Request. Could you help me clear this paper jam? Problem. You're learning a new program. Phrase. Could you show me the ropes? Request. Can you walk me through the first setup? Problem. You're writing a project proposal. Phrase. Can I borrow your brain for a sec? Request. How would you open this section to make it clearer? See the pattern? Clear, short, respectful. That's the art of asking like a friend, not a burden. And when you do get the help, there's one more skill to master. Showing gratitude and responding beautifully so the relationship grows stronger every time. When someone helps you, the next step is simple but powerful. Saying thank you. A thank you is more than words. It's social glue. It makes people feel seen, valued, and appreciated. And when you do it naturally, you not only show good manners, you double the positive feeling of the interaction. Start with something light and flexible. Thanks a ton. It's stronger than just thanks, but still casual and warm. Say it to a friend who helps you carry a heavy bag or a colleague who answers a quick question. Thanks a ton for covering me. Short, warm, and friendly. Another very common phrase, appreciate it. This works especially well at work or in professional settings. It's polite, efficient, and modern. You don't even need the I. Instead of, I appreciate it, people often just say, appreciate it. You finish your sentence, give a quick smile, and move on. Now something stronger. You're a lifesaver. This is for moments when the help really matters. If your friend drives you to the airport at 5 a.m. or a colleague fixes your slides 5 minutes before the meeting, you don't just say, thanks. You look them in the eye and say, you're a lifesaver. It tells them, you saved my day. The impact is big and the gratitude feels real. Then there's, I owe you one. This is gratitude plus a promise. It says, I'll return the favor in the future. It's often used among friends or close colleagues. Thanks for helping me with the move. I owe you one. It makes the relationship feel balanced and fair. Finally, for deep emotional moments, say, that means a lot. This is for when someone's help or kindness touches you personally. Maybe they listen to you when you're stressed. Maybe they support you in a tough time. You look at them sincerely and say, that means a lot. It goes beyond simple thanks. It shows the emotional weight. But gratitude is only half the story. The other half is responding to thanks. When someone says thank you, your response also matters. If you say nothing, the moment falls flat. If you respond naturally, you keep the connection alive. The most common phrase, no worries. This is relaxed, friendly, and works everywhere. Someone says, thanks for waiting. You smile, no worries. It shows there's no problem, no stress. Another flexible one, anytime. This one is short but powerful. It means I'm willing to help you again in the future. It makes the other person feel safe to ask you again. Thanks for the ride. Anytime. It's warm and generous. For very casual moments, use don't mention it. This means it's so small, you don't even need to thank me. A friend says, thanks for grabbing the salt. You wave your hand and say, don't mention it. It keeps things light and friendly. When you want to be positive and supportive, say, happy to help. This is more than just you're welcome. It says you enjoyed helping. At work, when someone says, thanks for your input, you answer with a smile, happy to help. It keeps the relationship professional and kind. And finally, sure thing. This is casual, confident, and cheerful. Someone says, thanks for covering my shift. You grin, sure thing. It's quick, natural, and very American in tone. Now let's practice in short role plays. Scene 1. At work. A. Thanks a ton for helping me with the report. B. No worries. Scene 2. With a close friend. A. You're a lifesaver for picking me up. B. Anytime. Scene 3. In class. A. Appreciate it. You explained that so clearly. B. Happy to help. Scene 4. At home. A. I owe you one for cooking dinner tonight. B. Don't mention it. Scene 5. On the street. A. That means a lot. Thanks for guiding me. B. Sure thing. Notice the rhythm. Gratitude, response. It feels like a handshake, but with words. The first voice gives appreciation. The second voice receives it and reflects positivity back. For practice, record yourself playing both roles. Speak the thank you phrase first, then the response. Listen to your tone. Does your thank you sound real, not robotic? Does your response sound warm, not mechanical? In real life, gratitude also includes nonverbal signals. When you say, thanks a ton, add a nod and eye contact. When you say, that means a lot, let your face soften. When you respond with, anytime, give a small smile. Words are powerful, but gestures double the effect. The magic is this. A well-placed thank you makes people want to help again. A graceful response makes people feel good about helping. Together, they create a cycle of goodwill. But every conversation must end at some point. And ending smoothly, without awkwardness, is its own skill. Jung Roy, fan chapter 8, Min wa Viet Ngan Hon Yu Kao, Kong 600-702. Duoi Jai Laban Morong Lien Mek, Dai Kong 902. Van Yu Fong Kach Jok Tu Nahinsho 11 Labs. I want you to think of endings as invitations, not exits. You are closing this moment, but you are opening the door to the next one. Use short, soft phrases. Let your breath and tone do the work. Be respectful of time and leave a gentle promise. I'd better get going. Say it slowly with a light fall at the end. It tells the truth without sounding abrupt. You are not running away. You are simply moving on. Add a small smile you can hear in your voice. Let's catch up soon. This is your bridge. You are telling the other person the connection continues. No fixed date, just warmth and intention. I'll let you get back to it. This shows awareness. You notice their task, their focus, their time pressure. It is especially useful at work or anytime you interrupted someone for a quick question. Talk soon. Short, friendly, flexible. A soft rise on soon makes it sound hopeful. Catch you later, relaxed and playful. Use it with friends, classmates, and colleagues you know well. A grin in your voice makes it land. Now let's work through 3 core settings and build muscle memory. Phone call. About 10 minutes in, you need to leave. Lower your volume a little and soften your pace. You say, I'd better get going. Give it a beat. Then add, let's catch up soon. If you want one more step, close with, talk soon. Notice the three-beat pattern: exit, bridge, friendly seal. The other person feels considered, not cut off. Office hallway, quick chat between meetings. You notice your colleague glancing at their watch. Acknowledge their reality. Great to see you. I'll let you get back to it. Half step back, friendly eye contact. Catch you later. The rhythm is crisp. No apology, just respect. Text message, late evening. You want to stop without ghosting. Looks solid. I'd better get going. Early start tomorrow. Talk soon. One sentence can carry everything: affirmation, exit, future link. Keep punctuation clean. No over-explaining. Less is kinder. Let's add mini variations inside each setting so your endings never feel repetitive. Phone. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. Phone with schedule hint. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. Wednesday works on my side. Phone when they are busy. Thanks for the update. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Hallway neutral. Good chat. I'll let you get back to it. Hallway warmer. Loved that idea. Let's catch up soon. I want to hear more. Hallway playful. You've got this. Catch you later. Text straightforward. Appreciate it. I'd better get going. Talk soon. Text casual. All right, I'm off. Catch you later. Text with respect signal. Thanks for jumping on this. I'll let you get back to it. Practice the 10-second exit. You have only 10 seconds before the elevator opens, the bus arrives, the meeting starts. Choose any two phrases and stitch them together. I better get going. Let's catch up soon. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Gotta run. Catch you later. Say them out loud now. Let your voice finish low, rounded, without a sharp edge. Now the 20-second exit with grace. You give one line of appreciation, one line of exit, one line of future link. Thanks for walking me through that. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. Great updates today. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. That helped a lot. I'd better get going. Deadline calling. Catch you later. Record yourself and listen. Does each line end calmly? Does your breath stay smooth? Use context to choose formality. More formal at work. I appreciate the time. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Neutral. Every day. That was helpful. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. Casual with friends. All right, I'm out. Catch you later. When the other person keeps talking and you truly need to go, add a soft time boundary. This is great. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. You validate, then exit. If needed, stack one more boundary. 2 more minutes, then I have to jump. I let you get back to it after that. Clear, polite, humane. On calls with background noise, slow your ending so it cuts through. I'd better get going. Tiny pauses make the phrase clear without getting louder. Then add, talk soon. Let the soon float up slightly. In texts, punctuation shapes tone. Talk soon is neutral and warm. Talk soon is brighter. Talk soon looks friendly, but you may skip emojis in professional threads. When in doubt, choose the period and let your words carry the warmth. Stack endings with micro reasons when it helps clarity. Reason first, exit second, bridge third. Meeting starts in 2. I better get going. Let's catch up soon. About to board. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Deadline tonight. Catch you later. Reasons work because they reduce ambiguity without oversharing. If you interrupted someone for help, add gratitude before you leave. Thanks for the quick rescue. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. This line honors their time and closes the loop. If the other person tries to reopen the chat after your exit line, you can acknowledge and restate gently. That's helpful. Let's pick it up tomorrow. I'd better get going. You are not pushing them away. You are parking the topic with care. Try a role play trio now. Phone, hallway, text, using the same core idea in 3 styles. Phone. I appreciate your thoughts. I better get going. Let's catch up soon. Hallway. Good catch on that detail. I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Text. Looks good on my end. Catch you later. Feel the shared DNA. Appreciation, exit, future. Switch phrases each time so your endings feel fresh but familiar. Breathe in before the exit phrase. Let the breath drop your pitch a little. A low, steady finish sounds confident and kind. Avoid the sharp, upward question ending unless you truly mean to ask something. Finally, mix and match freely, but keep endings short. 3 lines max. 1 is often enough. Your goal is not to perform. Your goal is to respect the moment and leave a warm trace. I'd better get going. Let's catch up soon. Talk soon. Catch you later. I'll let you get back to it. Say each line once with a calm exhale. Make endings feel like soft landings, not hard stops. Voice and intonation decide whether your English sounds flat or alive. 2 people can say the same words, but one sounds warm and native-like, the other sounds robotic. Today you will train rhythm, stress, and rise-fall intonation. Think of English as music. Every phrase has a beat. Every word has a stress. Every sentence carries emotion through pitch. Take what's up. If you say it flat, it sounds bored. If you raise your pitch at the end, it becomes a friendly question. What's up? Try it again. Lift your tone slightly, not too high, just a natural rise. That rise signals openness. It invites the other person to answer. 5 seconds of pitch change, and suddenly you sound approachable. Now, exactly. This is not a soft agreement. It is sharp, strong, final, exactly. Notice how the voice falls quickly, then cuts off. This fast drop communicates certainty. No doubt, no hesitation. Practice saying it with a quick downward arrow. Mark your notes with or to remind yourself. Now let's try soft disagreement. I see your point, but the music here is different. You lower your volume and tone before but. I see your point. Pause. But. Soft. Stretching the word gently. This drop before but shows respect. It tells the other person, I heard you, but now I will add something else. The intonation softens the disagreement and keeps the air warm. Let's move into rhythm. English stresses content words, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Function words like a, the, of, to are light and quick. Say, what's up with you today? Stress, what's up with you today? Do not stress with or to. They are soft connectors. The rhythm becomes strong, weak, strong, weak, strong. English is a dance of stressed beats. Now shadowing. Step 1, listen to a short clip at natural speed. Repeat exactly without pausing. Do not worry about meaning. Focus on rhythm and melody. Step 2, slow the clip down, half speed. Mark arrows on your script, for rising and for falling. Speak slowly, exaggerating the rise and fall. Then return to natural speed, keeping the arrows in your head. This training makes your voice flexible. Mini practice set. Friendly greeting. Hey there, what's up? Firm agreement. Exactly, totally. Gentle doubt. I'm not so sure. Pause. Hopeful statement. Let's catch up soon. At soon. Do you hear the shifts? Each one is the same English you already know, but the intonation changes its soul. Now let's build a 15-second scenario. You meet a colleague in the hall. You, hey there, soft. Them, morning, quick fall. You, crazy wind, right? Light lift at the end. Them, yeah, brutal. Firm. You, exactly. Strong. Them, anyway, how are you? You, pretty good, thanks. Relaxed. In 15 seconds, you both built music together. That is what native rhythm feels like. Breath is your anchor. Short phrases. One breath. Longer sentences. Divide into 2 breaths. Do not let your voice run out of air. It makes you sound weak. Try. I see your point. Inhale. But I'd look at it differently. Breath between thoughts makes intonation natural. Let's now train 3 contrast drills. Drill 1, rising versus falling. What's up? Friendly. What's up? Flat, not curious. Say both. Hear the difference. Drill 2, fast fall versus slow fall. Exactly. Fast fall, strong. Exactly. Slow fade, thoughtful, reflective. Drill 3, stress shift. I didn't say he stole the money. Change the stress each time. Stress I, someone else said it. Stress didn't, denial. Stress he, someone else stole it. 1 sentence, 7 meanings, just by stress. Mark your scripts with arrows and bold stress words. Example, I see your point, but. Exactly. What's up? This visual guide helps your brain connect text with melody. Do it for 3 minutes daily. Soon, arrows disappear from the page because the music lives in your ear. Now let's simulate a real short dialogue with intonation cues. A. Hey there, what's up? B. Not much. Hanging in there. A. I get where you're coming from, but I'd look at it a bit differently. B. Fair enough. A. Exactly. Notice how each line has its own rhythm, not flat repetition. The secret is intonation is not decoration. It is meaning. When your voice rises, falls, or softens, you are sending emotion beyond words. That is why native speakers sound alive even with short phrases. And that is how you can sound the same. Now let's take these arrows, this rhythm, this breath, and carry them into real conversations. A short phrase becomes powerful only when it lives inside a real conversation. Micro-dialogues are your training ground. Each one lasts just 20 to 40 seconds, but inside you practice greetings, small talk, feelings, agreement or disagreement, and smooth endings. Think of them as magic pockets. You reach in, pull one out, and use it instantly. Let's build 12 dialogues across 4 everyday settings: coffee shop, workplace, school, and neighborhood. Coffee shop, dialogue, 1. A. Hey there. 1. Friendly greeting. B. Morning. Nice weather today, isn't it? Arcs, inviting small talk. A. Yeah, totally. I'm feeling pretty good. Thanks. Share feeling. B. Exactly, same here. The sunshine helps. Agreement. A. Great talking to you. I better get going. Smooth, close coffee shop. Dialogue. 2. A. What's up? B. Not much. Brutal wind out there, though? Small talk. A. Tell me about it. I was hanging in there walking here. Honest feeling. Fair enough. At least coffee makes it better. Light agreement. A. True. Catch you later. Anton's casual and coffee shop. Dialogue. 3A. Yo, long time no see. Warm greeting. Look who it is. How have you been keeping? Quote A. So far so good. Better than yesterday, actually. And share state B. I'm with you on that. Yesterday was rough. Agree with empathy. A. All right, let's catch up soon. And leave door open. Workplace. Dialogue. 4A. Morning. Casual start. B. All right. A. Pretty good, thanks. Rolling with the punches. B. Couldn't agree more. Deadlines keep coming. Shared stress. A. I see your point, but we'll manage. Talk soon. Respectful exit. Workplace dialogue. 5A. Hey there. B. What's up? A. Plugging along. I could use some backup here. And request help. B. Sure thing. I'll give you a hand after lunch. Positive response. A. Thanks a ton. You're a lifesaver. I owe you one. Gratitude. B. No worries. Let's catch up soon. Smooth end workplace. Dialogue. 6. A. Morning. Crazy wind, right? Weather small talk. B. Totally. It's brutal out there. A. Not too shabby inside, though. This coffee helps. B. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. A. All right, I'll let you get back to it. Professional close school. Dialogue 7A. Hey there, you good? Caring greeting. Yeah, can't complain, just prepping for the test. A. I'm torn. I studied, but I'm still nervous. Sharing real feeling. Fair enough. Happens to all of us. Polite agreement. A. Okay, I'll catch you later in class. Friendly ending school. Dialogue. 8. A. Morning. Sun's trying to come out. Hopeful talk. Yeah, we needed this rain before. Now it feels better. A. Exactly. So far so good with my project too. I have connect feeling. That's what I was thinking. Weather helps focus. With thoughtful agreement, A. All right, talk soon. Natural close school. Dialogue. 9A. What's up? B. Not much. Just plugging along with assignments. A. Same here. Living the dream, right? Sarcastic tone. B. Ditto. Could be worse. Light disagreement. Earshut. All right, let's catch up soon. Keep bond neighborhood. Dialogue 10. A. Yo, look who it is. By surprise greeting. Long time no see. How have you been keeping? A. Better than yesterday. Rolling with the punches. Honest tone. B. Fair enough. That's one way to see it. Mild disagreement. EA. Okay, drive safe out there. Catch you later. Friendly close neighborhood. Dialogue. 11A. Hey there, nice weather today, isn't it? B. Totally. Makes me feel pretty good, thanks. Intrans. A. Exactly. It means a lot after last week's storms. Heartfelt note. B. I get where you're coming from. However, the heat's too much for me. Soft disagreement. And sure thing, stay cool today. Thoughtful and neighborhood. Dialogue 12A. Morning, you good? B. So far so good, hanging in there. A. That's what I was thinking. We're all just plugging along. Connection. B. Exactly, couldn't agree more. Firm agreement. A. All right then, I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon. Practice each dialogue in real time. Set a timer for 30 seconds and see if you can keep the flow natural. Add arrows to remind yourself where to rise and fall. Record, listen back, and adjust rhythm. The more you rehearse, the faster these micro dialogues become instinct. And when they become instinct, your English sounds alive, even in the shortest chats. Now that you've seen how micro-dialogues work in short bursts, it's time to raise the bar. Imagine you have just 60 seconds to carry an entire conversation from start to finish. In that 1 minute, you need to greet, build small talk, share how you feel, agree or disagree, and close smoothly. That's what we call the 60-second switch. The challenge forces you to think fast, shift tone, and keep the conversation alive under time pressure. The clock is ticking, and your words must flow with rhythm. Picture it like a relay race. Each segment is a baton you pass to yourself. First, the greeting. Without it, the race doesn't start. Then the weather comment, light and quick. Next, the personal check-in where you answer, "How are you?" in a way that feels real. Then comes the choice, agree or disagree, depending on what your partner says. And finally, the close, where you wrap up and leave the conversation open for next time. 5 tasks, 1 minute, endless possibilities. Let's break down a sample round. You step into the elevator with a colleague. You smile. "Hey there." That's task 1, greeting. Immediately, you notice the rain outside. "Brutal out there today, huh?" Task 2, weather. They chuckle. "Yeah, really rough." You nod. "Pretty good otherwise, thanks for asking." Task 3, how are you? They say, "I'm exhausted with all these meetings." Here's your chance to agree or disagree. You respond, "Exactly. Couldn't agree more." Feels like back-to-back marathons. That's task 4. As the elevator door opens, you smile. "All right, I'll let you get back to it. Talk soon." That's task 5. You have just completed the cycle in under a minute, naturally, smoothly, and confidently. The challenge is not just speed, it's precision. Every phrase must match the tone of the moment. If your colleague looks stressed, "What's up?" in a playful voice might feel off. Instead, "You good?" with gentle tone makes sense. If the sun is shining, "Nice weather today, isn't it?" works. If it's stormy, "Let's hope it holds" fits. Better, the secret is listening, then switching quickly. Now let's add the plot twist. Imagine halfway through the conversation, the other person shows they're busy or irritated. Maybe they check their watch. Maybe they say, "Sorry, I'm in a rush." That's when you pivot. Instead of pushing the 5 tasks, you adapt. You drop into help or exit mode. You might say, "Got a minute or should I catch you later?" Or if they already helped, you say, "Thanks a ton. I owe you one. I'll let you get back to it." This quick rescue keeps the interaction positive instead of awkward. You still complete the cycle, but compressed, greeting, micro small talk, one acknowledgement, then polite exit. Try the second scenario. You meet a neighbor outside while both of you carry groceries. You start, "Morning." Task 1, you nod at the sky. Sun's trying to come out. Task 2, they reply, "Yeah, makes the walk nicer." You smile, "Pretty good today, can't complain." Task 3, they frown, "Groceries are heavy though. Time to show empathy." "Fair enough. Need a hand?" That's task 4, but it also borrows from the help phrases. They shake their head politely. You wrap up with, "All right, drive safe out there. Catch you later." Task 5. Even with a hint of complaint, you turned it into warmth. This challenge works best as a time drill. Set a 60-second timer. Shuffle prompt cards with 5 categories: greeting, weather, how are you, agree, disagree, close. Pick one card from each in order and build your dialogue. Record yourself, play it back, and check. Did you hit all 5? Did it sound natural, not rushed? Did your intonation rise and fall like real speech? Repeat until you can do 3 in a row smoothly. That's fluency under pressure. For advanced learners, raise the stakes. Add the plot twist card. This could say, "They're in a hurry," or "They disagree strongly," or "They look sad." When this happens, you adjust your language. If they're busy, you use short, polite exits. "I'll let you get back to it." If they disagree, you use soft contrast. "I see your point, but..." If they're sad, you show care. "You good?" The twist trains you to react, not just recite. Here's another drill. Role play with a partner. Person A has the 5 tasks. Person B throws in obstacles. Maybe B says nothing after the greeting. Maybe B changes the subject suddenly. A must stay calm, complete the sequence, and adapt. This builds real-world reflexes. Conversations rarely follow a script. The switch game prepares you for that unpredictability. A full version looks like this. Imagine you're waiting in line at a coffee shop. You turn to the person behind you. Hey there. Greeting done. You glance outside. Nice day for coffee, isn't it? Weather done. They smile. Yeah, feels better than yesterday. You reply, better than yesterday for me too, thanks. How are you done? They add, though I think it's still too cold. You playfully disagree. I see your point, but I'd say it's perfect sweater weather. Agree, disagree, done. As the barista calls your name, you wave. All right, catch you later. Smooth close. 5 tasks, 40 seconds, natural flow. The 60-second switch is not just a game, it's a muscle builder. It forces you to compress thought into rhythm. You don't have time for long sentences. You need phrases that are ready to use, your magic pockets. Greeting pockets, weather pockets, feeling pockets, agreement pockets, and closing pockets. Once you master them, you can string them together without thinking. To make progress, track your attempts. Keep a checklist. Did I use a greeting that fit the moment? Did I mention weather naturally? Did I share my feeling in one short phrase? Did I agree or disagree politely? Did I exit smoothly? 5 checks are 1 win. Do 10 wins this week. Each time will feel easier. This is how conversations become instinct. When you stand in line, ride the elevator, or wait for the bus, you'll notice chances to try. Even if you only do 2 steps, it's still practice. And slowly, your 60 seconds will feel like music, not pressure. Now, let's take all the pieces, phrases, intonation, microdialogues, and quick switches, and prepare for a final review where you'll have a master checklist for real-life English. You've now collected phrases, practiced microdialogues, and tested yourself in challenge mode. The final step is to turn knowledge into habit. Think of it like exercise. You don't build strength by reading about push-ups. You build strength by doing them every day. The same rule applies to English conversation. Start with your phrase map. Organize everything into 4 categories so you know where to reach when the moment comes. Open and keep the rhythm. Hey there, nice weather today, isn't it? So far, so good. These are your openers. They light the match. They keep the flow alive. Without them, silence swallows the moment. Connect emotions. How's your day treating you? That means a lot. These phrases carry feeling. They move you from surface words into real connection. Use them to show care and to let the other person see a piece of your mood. Cooperate and handle clashes. I'm with you on that. I'd look at it a bit differently. These are your balance tools. Agreement builds trust. Disagreement keeps honesty. Together, they make you sound confident and kind. Ask for help and close politely. Got a minute? I'll let you get back to it. These save time, show respect, and give closure. Without them, conversations drag or end too abruptly. Now let's build a 7-day training plan. You don't need hours, you need structure. Each day is a short workout, 3 phrases, 2 microdialogues, and 1 30-second shadowing drill. Day 1, choose 3 from the open and keep the rhythm list. Write 2 dialogues where you use each phrase naturally, one with a friend, one with a stranger. Then record yourself saying them in a 30-second voice note. Focus on rhythm and stress. Day 2. Move to connect emotions. Pick 3 phrases. Write 1 dialogue in a happy setting, 1 in a stressful setting. Record your 30-second voice note with rising and falling intonation to show emotion. Day 3. Practice cooperate and handle clashes. Select 3. In your dialogues, make sure 1 shows agreement and 1 shows soft disagreement. Record yourself shadowing the disagreement line, marking the drop in tone before but. Day 4. Focus on ask for help and close politely. Use 3 different ones. In 1 dialogue, request help at work. In the other, politely close a conversation at school. Record yourself shadowing, I'll let you get back to it with calm downward intonation. Day 5. Mix all categories. Choose 3 across the map. Your 2 dialogues should shift from opening to emotion, then to either agreement or polite close. Record yourself shadowing a full 30-second conversation, not just 1 phrase. Day 6, speed drill. Pick 3 phrases at random. Set a 60-second timer. Complete 1 dialogue using all 3. Do this twice. Then record a 30-second voice note where you compress all phrases into natural speech with quick switches. Day 7, reflection day. Review your recordings from the week. Notice what feels natural and what sounds forced. Write 1 dialogue that includes all 4 categories: opening, emotional connection, cooperation or disagreement, and polite close. Record it as your final 30-second note. This becomes your baseline for growth. This plan is not about perfection. It's about rhythm, habit, and building muscle memory. By the end of 7 days, you will not just know the phrases. You will feel them in your breath, in your timing, in your tone. That is how language becomes second nature. Here's your call to action. Choose your favorite phrase of the week. Maybe it's, so far, so good. Maybe it's, I'd look at it a bit differently. Comment with it. I, Julia, from SonicSage English, will respond and give you pronunciation feedback. Language grows fastest when it's shared, when you practice out loud, when you write dialogues, when you get feedback. Your English stops being study material and becomes part of your daily self. That is your final challenge. Turn practice into lifestyle and watch your fluency expand.